Assalamu alaikum, dear student. I'm Dr. Uzma, and today I'm going to discuss developmental biology. We are taking this lecture from the basic to the advanced level. So, in this lecture, I'm being discussing the early embryonic development. In your mind, sometimes it came how we came into an existence, how we are resembling like our father or our mother. So, for the fertilization process to begin a new organism, let's look at the definition what it is. Fertilization is a process whereby two sex cell gametes fuse together to create new individual where the genetic potential derived from both the parents. Right? Fertilization had two separate aims, the sex and the reproduction. Sex is we need two sexes, that is the male sex and the female sex for the reproduction to occur. If there are only females, no such reproduction takes place. Where there are only men, there's no reproduction takes place. We need opposite sex so that reproduction can occur. Okay? In human, we have 46 chromosomes, and you see 23 pairs. They undergoes the meiosis process. Fertilization occur, zygote is formed, then meiosis occur, then embryos, then differentiation, and a cute little one came into this beautiful planet Earth. What is the function of fertilization? It has a two main function: to transmit the gene from the parents to an offspring. As we know, you and I, we show resemblance to our parents, like we have a beautiful hairs, black color hairs like a father, a pointed nose like a mother, a beautiful cheeks like a father, and so on and so forth. Then the second point is to initiate in the egg cytoplasm those reactions that permit the development to proceed. What are the major events of fertilization? First, contact and recognition between the sperm and the egg. Second, the regulation of the sperm entry into the egg. Only one sperm nucleus is ultimately united with the egg nucleus. This is usually accomplished by allowing only one sperm to enter the egg and actively inhibiting any other from entering. You heard is the fusion of genetic material of egg and sperm, right? Then activation of egg metabolism to start the development. This is the structure of the sperm. Okay, in the structure of the sperm, it is divided into two parts, the head and the tail. And the tail is further divided into mid piece, principal piece, and terminal piece. Let's take a look what is inside the sperm. This is the acrosomal cap. Then it is an acrosome, nucleus, nuclear membrane, the outermost portion, right? The proximal centriole, you can see this is the proximal centriole. Then we have a mitochondria. Why we need mitochondria? Because it needs to travel the female genital tract, and without that it can't be, it's really impossible, right? Because you know mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? Then we have a dense fiber. Then we have an axoneme, then the annulus, then the axial filament. These are the features of some basic features of the sperm. Sperm consists of an haploid nucleus. It has a propulsion system to move the nucleus. What is the propulsion system? Propulsion system is mainly it needs the energy to travel in the female reproductive part. Okay. It has a sac of enzyme that enable the nucleus to enter the egg. Most of the sperm cytoplasm is eliminated during the maturation, leaving only certain organelles that are modified for spermatic function. During the course of the sperm maturation, the haploid nucleus becomes streamlined and its DNA becomes tightly compressed. In the front of this compressed haploid nucleus lie the acrosomal vesicle, the acrosome derived from the Golgi apparatus. Keep this in mind, the acrosomal vesicle is derived from the Golgi apparatus. Then, the acrosome contains enzymes that digest the protein and the sugar complex. These stored enzymes are used to lyse the outer covering of the egg. The acrosomal vesicle is called a modified secretory vesicle, right? Let's take an example, the sea urchin. Okay, this is an acrosomal reaction that is occurring in the sea urchin. The description and the detail of this beautiful diagram I will be discussed in the future lecture. Till now, you just understand the basic things, what is inside it, that's all. A region of a globular actin molecule lie between the nucleus and the acrosomal vesicle. Okay, this is a beautiful diagram. This is the globular actin which is lie between the nucleus and the acrosomal vesicle. These proteins are used to extend a finger-like acrosomal process from the sperm during the early stage of fertilization. You can see it is extending. In sea urchin and several other species, recognition between the sperm and the egg involve molecules on the acrosomal process. What are the molecules that has been involved? It's depend on that. The acrosome and the nucleus together constitute the head of the sperm, right? These things. Okay. Let's take another example, Ascaris. Okay, in Ascaris, it is a parasitic roundworm. Its sperm travel by the amoeboid movement. You can see it's like shaped like an amoeba, more or less, of a lamellipodial extension of the cell membrane, right? You can see it has a focal adhesion and it is attached to the substratum. Okay, and its direction of movement is like this. First, extension occur, then adhesion, then translocation and de-adhesion. Then we have seen how the sperm move. Then sometime sperm also travel by whipping its flagellum, right? Flagella is a complex structure. Its motor portion of the flagellum is known as the axonome, right? Formed by the microtubule. The axonome is made by the microtubule emanating from the centriole at the base of this sperm nucleus. I have shown that in this figure. What are the axonome? I'm talking about this portion, right? Okay. The core of the axonome has a 2 central microtubules surrounded by the 9 doublet microtubule. One microtubule of each doublet is complete and having a 13 protofilament, right? The other microtubule is C-shaped and has only 11 protofilament. These are the things which you need to learn and keep in the mind. Okay? Both are interconnected with a protofilament made of a dimeric protein tubulin. What is a tubulin? Tubulin is the basis of the structure of the flagellum, and other proteins are also critical for the flagellar function. You can see a protein has a tubulin is a heterodimer. It has an alpha and a beta, right? Then the polymerization takes place and the plus end extend. Okay, this is the minus end and this is the plus end. Then there is a lumen, and this is the beautiful structure of a microtubule, right? The force of the sperm propulsion is provided by, I'm talking about the energy, the propulsion system. Over here, maybe it's clear to you, okay? It is by the dynein and the histone H1 protein, right? The dynein is a protein that is attached to the microtubule. Dynein hydrolyzes a molecule of ATP and can convert the released chemical energy into the mechanical energy that propels the sperm. Okay, the dynein mainly it's hydrolyzed molecule of ATP. Hydrolyzes molecules of ATP, right? This energy allows the active sliding of the outer doublet microtubules, causing the flagellum to bend. You can see this is the dynein arm and how bending occurs, right? The histone H1 protein is found inside the nucleus. It folds the chromatin into tight cluster, stabilize the flagellar microtubules so that they do not disassemble, right? Okay, if there is a defect then what going to happen? Okay, if there is a defect in what? If there is a defect or the dying protein is not formed, then which syndrome occur? Okay, the genetic syndrome, the Carter-Jenner triad. Okay, these individuals lack the dynein on all their ciliated and the flagellated cell, rendering their structure immotile. The male with this disease are sterile. Immotile sperms are susceptible to the bronchial infection, immotile respiratory cilia, and have 50% of the chance of having the heart on the right side of the body. The 9+2 microtubule arrangement. Okay, it is conserved in axoneme throughout the eukaryotic kingdom. Okay, this arrangement is extremely well suited or transmitting energy for the movement. The ATP needed to whip the flagellum and propel the sperm comes from the ring of the mitochondria located in the neck region of the sperm. In many species, notably the mammals, a layer of a dense fiber has interposed itself between the mitochondrial sheath and the axoneme. Okay, this is the structure of the axoneme, and it is and outside is the plasma membrane. Okay, over here the axoneme has a 9+2 arrangement. When we look in the deep structure of this, we find there is a nexin, dynein arm, the plasma membrane, the singlet, microtubule, the radial spoke, the outer doublet, and the basal. Okay, this is a basic diagram of this. The dense fiber layer. Okay, stiffen the why we have a dense fiber layer? Stiffen the sperm tail because the thickness of this layer decreased toward the tip. Okay, I'm going to show you how. Over here, see the tip of the sperm. You can see it is broader here and it is just really pointed over here. Okay, the fiber probably prevent the sperm head from being ripped around too suddenly. Okay, this is the sperm has an extensive modification for the transport of its nucleus to the egg. Okay, the differentiation of the mammalian sperm is not complete in the testes. After being expelled into the lumen of the seminiferous tubule, the sperm are stored in the epididymis, where they acquire the ability to move. Motility is achieved through the changes in the ATP generating system, possibly through the modification of the dynein as changes in the plasma membrane that make it more fluid. The sperm released during the ejaculation are able to move, yet they do not yet have the capacity to bind to and fertilize an egg. This final stage of the sperm maturation is known as the capacitation. Please keep this in mind, how the sperms are stored and how they become active and how they have a capacity and how the maturation occurs, right? Okay. These final stages of the sperm maturation do not occur until the sperm has been inside the female reproductive tract for the certain period of time. Okay, and spermatogenesis, epididymis, all things are going to take place. I'm going to explain this to you in further lecture. Thank you.